Hey friends, welcome back to another speed build. Today I am building a house here in Oasis Springs. And originally I was going to try to recreate a house from The Sims 2, from Strangetown. And it kind of started off that way, but I realized that, I don't know, the house in The Sims 2 that I was going to try to rebuild is really weird and honestly just kind of ugly. So I was really struggling with how I wanted it to look, so I kind of scrapped that idea and instead I did this kind of container home in the desert, which, I think worked out pretty nicely. Certainly different than what I was planning to do, but I think it's still pretty decent. So this ends up being a one-bedroom house on this pretty large lot. So I end up also adding in a like a workshop sort of outbuilding at the back, which you'll see later on. And then I do add in kind of a little nursery area inside of the bedroom, just since the bedroom is a pretty good size. I also tried to limit the number of packs that I used for this one. So it's primarily eco lifestyle and base game. And then I think I also used cats and dogs just because they had a spandrel that worked really well, that looked really nice with the columns and the sort of industrial eco sort of look that I was going for. So I did use that. I don't think I really used anything else from cats and dogs. So I mean, worst case, if you don't have that pack, it shouldn't affect it too much, but you may want to just swap out the spandrels if you want that sort of similar look that I was going for. So here in the kitchen, most of this is just base game. I used the base game counters and appliances, and then I was going to use the kind of matching cabinets, but I really do not like those cabinets in this game. I think they are really ugly, and I just don't think they really even look that great with the with those counters. So that's unfortunate, but so I went with these kind of open shelves instead. And I skip ahead a little bit because I just was taking some time to pull out a bunch of things. So I'm just using this shelf from, the shelf is from Dream Home Decorator that I'm using to place everything. It doesn't stay in the build, so it doesn't affect, like the number of packs or anything. But it works really well for moving things up onto these shelves. So if you are having issues getting things to place properly, that's what I would recommend. And in real life, I don't think I would ever have open shelves in a kitchen. That would drive me insane, especially with having to dust them all the time. That would be the worst. Thankfully, dust doesn't work like that in The Sims, and it really only, affects the floors if you have Bust the Dust, that kit. So that's good at least. So then over in this other area, I do, kind of a small dining area next to the windows, and then I struggle a bit because I put this column just in the middle of the room, which I think would be, at least somewhat realistic for supporting the actual house. Because my thought was that there are, multiple containers that have all been kind of stitched together and they've kind of cut into and combined. So they needed a support here. And of course I easily could have just removed the column and made my life a lot easier, but I kind of liked the extra challenge of trying to create a room around it. So I did use, I think I used Tiny Living. I think that was the other pack that I used. That one has, a lot of really great, smaller pieces that worked well in this kind of smaller house. Plus I thought the styling of the furniture worked well with the eco lifestyle items. So I thought that worked out pretty nicely. Kind of this mix of different pieces. Oh, I guess I did use that painting from Cats and Dogs. So one other thing from there, but yeah, not a lot from that pack. And yeah, I did the that TV stand and the bookcase to kind of give some separation, but I didn't really like how the back of that TV stand was looking. So I used these vertical, wooden beams from Eco Lifestyle to create a little bit more separation between the two, and I think that turned out pretty nice. And then just adding in a couple of decorative pieces there. And then I used that really big sliding door from, I'm pretty sure that's from Eco Lifestyle as well, which is really great. I think pretty much all the windows are from Eco Lifestyle. And this floor that I absolutely love, I use it all the time. I was gonna try to change the color in the bedroom, but it wasn't really working, so I just kept it the same. And I didn't really have a specific sim in mind when I was building this, which is a little dangerous for me because I find it difficult to furnish a house if I don't know who it's for, like who would be living here, what their story is. But I think it ended up coming together pretty well. And the kind of color palette that I ended up using in this bedroom was kind of this kind of light pink with these mint accents, which feels very trendy right now. I don't know if I would have it in my house, but I do I don't know, I like pink more now than I used to, which is interesting. But yeah, so, and then I had this little area over here that I ended up creating, a little nursery for an infant. You could obviously switch that out for a toddler or whatever, but I thought that worked out nicely. Maybe there's, like new parents who live here. They don't really have the money to get a new house here or anything yet. So they're just kind of staying here until their child's a bit older and they've saved a bit more money or something. And then the bathroom here is mostly base game, except for the flooring. I believe that's from Eco Lifestyle. But the counters that I used in here actually worked pretty well for the style. I don't really use those counters very often. I find that they're, I don't know, like too modern or something. They're, I don't know, a little bit interesting to try to use. And then I used these like long, thinner windows here in the bathroom and then also over in the kitchen. And then I wanted to like put this plant on it, but I ended up moving it back to the counter because I wanted to add in some curtains for some privacy and whatnot. So I spent some time trying to put that plant up there, and then I ended up not even using it. And the painting that I'm using above the bed, I used two different swatches of it, and I just sized one down, and I thought that looked really nice. And then there was some kind of awkward space with this, I don't know, almost hallway where all the doors are. So just added in a computer there, and I think I put in a plant here in the corner. And then that really great shelf that came with Eco Lifestyle, that's only like $60 or something. That's a great item. I love using that one. And then originally I was going to try to do a rooftop patio sort of thing. But I don't know, it was just like a lot of space, and like the lot is also really big. So it felt like too much. So instead I just kind of add in a little bit more detail for the roof. I just do kind of a basic flat roof. And I ended up having to repaint it quite a few times because I kept messing around with like how big it is and like the room size, even though it's not really a room, but they classify it as a room. So yeah, I have to repaint that quite a few times because I didn't do it right the first time and just make the walls and the rooms and everything first. So yeah. And I did keep the exterior fairly colorful because I wanted to make it pretty clear that it's supposed to be, several different shipping containers that have been put together. So that's why it's all different colors like that. And then I do this sort of covered patio area in the back, which is great. I've got like a grill and the table and everything. So Sims have, space for that. And then I'll do kind of a gardening area on the other side. I also considered putting in a pool since the lot is so big, but I didn't think it would really make sense for the specific family that I was thinking of, with having like a newborn and being maybe like young professionals or something. So if that's something that you wanted to add, down the line, plenty of space for that. But I do add in the like monkey bars. I assume maybe they wanted that for when their kid is a bit older. And yeah, just kind of pulling out some different items here. This is when I decided to do the workshop, so I added in the juice fizzing item and the wood bench and the candle making item. Yeah, so plenty of different activities for your Sims to do. And I also added in some solar panels to the roof, since it is an eco build, just to make it a little bit more environmentally friendly. Although I'm just realizing now that I didn't add in any water collectors. So that might be something you want to add if you decide to download this off the gallery. And I always really like having some sort of you know, either a workshop or some sort of separate area for skill building items, since there's just so many in The Sims. Although I'm realizing that I did not put a chess table in here on this lot, so I don't know if this can be an official Sims build since there isn't a chess table. But yeah, it's nice to have, you know, a separate area for all these kind of weird items that you probably wouldn't have in real life. Like, they're not super realistic in that way, but still, you know, a lot of fun, of course. And I also kept the landscaping pretty minimal. I've been keeping things pretty minimal here in these sort of desert builds, which I kind of like. I think it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm just kind of going through now and doing the lighting for the lot, and then that will pretty much wrap it up. And like I said, the build is on the gallery if you want to download it. It's just the same username as my YouTube channel. But yeah, I want to just say thanks for watching today. I know there's a million things you could be doing, so I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, that helps a lot. And please subscribe if you would like to see more. Thanks so much. Have a great day.